Hey Taurus, March is one of the most exciting months of the year. We have Pluto and Saturn going into new signs. We actually have a lot of really interesting and dynamic things happening with your planetary ruler Venus this month as well. For you particularly, there's a big focus on things like friendships and groups, as well as your ideals and aspirations. And as we wind more and more into the month, the focus actually shifts towards your subconscious, your spirituality, and your mental health. But overall, there's some really beautiful things happening, although it does feel like a sea of chaos, if I'm being honest. There's just so many levels and so many things going on. I highly recommend that you check out the astrology blog on my website if you really want to follow along and understand on a deeper level what is happening here. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, my name is Michael, and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. Now, March is such a pivotal month. I'm actually offering 20% off all of my services if you use the code PIVOTAL on my website. You can find links for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions in the description of this video, as well as links for the astrology blog and all of my other social media accounts. All right, Taurus, so we are starting off March with some really interesting astrology. I'm going to kind of talk about that as I shuffle the cards for you. We have Venus and Jupiter coming together in the sign of Aries. Now, again, you may remember I just said that Venus was your planetary ruler. Whatever Venus does is especially important for you. And with it coming together in Jupiter, this is probably one of the luckiest aspects of the entire year. Both Venus and Jupiter are considered benefic planets. Venus rules over love, art, beauty, money, and Jupiter represents expansion. It represents growth and luck and opportunities. And so there are plentiful opportunities at the beginning of this month. And for you specifically, this is really talking about your mental health, your spirituality. And so there is a wealth of spiritual abundance that is coming to you. And this actually really is a very powerful and intuitive time as well. You could be receiving wisdom and maybe even healing things about your beliefs in relationships or your beliefs around monies, your belief around wealth and finances. And this is a really good time to honestly let go of anything that has held you back. And that's really how you will be blessed this month. This is also the same day that Mercury enters into the sign of Pisces. This is kind of an interesting transit because Mercury is actually considered in its fall in the sign of Pisces. It's muddled. Mercury representing the mind and communication. And so part of March might actually feel like a Mercury retrograde. Now, we have all the planets moving direct. It's not like we are experiencing anything too disruptive with retrogrades anyway. I think the most disruptive things would actually be Saturn and Pluto going into new signs. Those are the potential for things to really get a little turbulent as we are shifting into new energy, new cycles. But with Mercury entering into Pisces for you, Taurus, there's a lot of focus again on friendships and the people you are connecting with, as well as your hopes and wishes. And we do have the Three of Wands here. And this is really beautiful to kind of start off this card, or this reading, I should say. I apologize that my words have been fumbling. Maybe I'm picking up on the Mercury and Pisces energy for this reading. But it really does feel like there is this focus on something coming in, something being clarified for you, something beautiful coming into the horizon. And it feels very light. It feels very freeing. And we do have the Queen of Cups here as well. So again, very intuitive. Really pay attention to your intuition this month. Really pay attention to your dreams. Work with them. Six of Swords. Some of you really could be traveling or going somewhere. Just looking at these hot air balloons, looking at the boat here, or even returning from travel. That's actually something I could be seeing, which is kind of interesting. And with Pluto leaving Taurus, with Pluto leaving Capricorn and going into Aquarius, that's happening on the 20, I think it's the 20, let me double check that. I have my notes right in front of me. It's March 23rd, that's what I thought. With Pluto entering into Aquarius and leaving Capricorn, there really could be this end of this journey or moving on, shifting perspectives in some way. So I do feel like perspective shift actually is really, really significant for you this month, a significant theme. And it feels lighter, actually. It feels lighter. Pluto can be kind of a heavier, denser energy, and so kind of leaving that for you, leaving your perspective in that way, feels like you're moving forward. And there could even be travel that is happening with this as well. But specifically, for some reason, I'm feeling like you are traveling back to a place. Maybe you are visiting home. Maybe you are visiting a place you once lived. Maybe you're visiting a place you once traveled to and meant a lot to you. Or maybe you're just connecting with another place. Maybe you're not even physically traveling. Maybe you're just hearing from people who live there or people from that time of your life. But I feel like there's something about return. There's something about something returning. Maybe some of you are going through your Saturn return as well. That's a potential way to look at this too. If you're a Taurus rising, that's very applicable with Saturn entering into Pisces on the 7th. The same day we have a Virgo full moon. And with Saturn entering Pisces, the next 3 years, you really are being more selective with who you surround yourself with and who you associate with and what you associate with. It's interesting because it's like when I saw the Three of Wands, and especially when I saw the Six of Swords, I felt like you were alone, Taurus, but not necessarily lonely. The World. Wow, there is a big shift here, a perspective shift, maybe travel again. If you're traveling, you have to let me know in the comments down below, or you're manifesting travel or something, would be a great time for it, actually. And it's funny, because with Pisces energy, with Aries energy, there really could be something specifically about like overseas travel for you, crossing a body of water. Ooh, and the Emperor. Okay. Let me just connect here for a moment. Okay, so they do want me to talk about Saturn. I just sort of mentioned that. Saturn in Pisces really is going to be a period where you are being very selective with who you associate yourself with. And I feel like Saturn in Pisces in general can be a period where we kind of have to have faith and trust in the unknown. And Saturn in Pisces, like, there's almost this desire or this urge to try and control this energy. And how we control or how we try to anticipate against the unknown or the uncertain. And I feel like a lot of you are learning to have faith. A lot of you actually need to learn to just trust things and to let yourself go on the journey and to learn from experience. And it's really interesting with Pisces energy. It's like, it wants to be in the world, but not of it, if that makes any sense. It's very transcendent. And there's almost this sense of like, where do I belong? And I really do get that sense with this group. It's like, where do I belong? Where do I belong? That's sort of a question, but it's not like even that desperate. And with the world, I feel like you belong somewhere else, to be honest. Or you belong with different people than you've connected to. The Emperor is really, really interesting. This is Aries energy. We are going into Aries season at the end of this month. We have a new moon in Aries on the 21st. And so there's a lot of shifts in your subconscious, and like there's just something changing. And it's hard to really put a finger on what exactly that is because this energy is kind of elusive to you. Let me clarify the Emperor here. Let me clarify the Emperor. Yeah, there's something elusive about this with the Seven of Swords. And the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you are going to be fulfilling a purpose or destiny in a very unexpected way. You are going to be called in kind of an unexpected direction. And that might mean leaving certain people behind. To be honest, there could be some shady people with the Seven of Swords around you, especially Aries energy. But this is a general reading. Don't hold on to that if that doesn't make sense right away. The Ace of Wands. Yeah, you have this newfound inspiration. There's this creativity, this spark, this passion, this idea that's really lighting you up. And it feels really, really exciting. And it's funny because I think something really shifts for you right at the end of this month when we have Venus coming together with Uranus in your sign. And you yourself are very, very powerful. You are very powerful with Venus in your sign. You're very attractive and very magnetic. But there's also this kind of unpredictable element. I'm actually getting this like interesting energy with the Seven of Swords, the Emperor, and even the Two of Pentacles. It's almost like be careful what you wish for. It's like kind of the myth of the genie. Like you free this genie and you get a wish, and like you can ask for whatever it is that you want, but like you have to be careful what you wish for. You have to word it very carefully because there could be unintended consequences, but it's not even quite like that either. It's more like things shift and it's not what you necessarily expect. You manifest something, something happens, something's shifting very quickly and unexpectedly in your life. It's like a dream come true almost. And yet there's still kind of this trickster energy at play. And it's like, you know what? Actually, I might want something different. I kind of want to go in this new direction that feels really unexpected. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. Show me clearly. Is it this one? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like some of you really want to do something new, learn new skills, get your hands in the dirt. There's something about learning from experience. You want to learn from experience. And that's kind of what I was getting with the Three of Wands and Six of Swords earlier. It's like you have to go out and live life and experience life to gain what it is you're looking for. And that might mean going someplace, that might mean studying somewhere. Some of you might be considering going to school or getting certified in something, or there's something that's beginning there for you. Yeah, you want to do something different. You want to do something new. There's this new thing that's lighting you up. I kind of want to pull a moon card. See how all of this is playing out a little more clearly. There's a lot of really beautiful surprises here, though. Like, even if there's kind of this trickster energy at play, it's not something that's super concerning. Interesting. New moon in Virgo. A time to give rather than take. Yeah, you really are planting seeds here. You really are setting intentions. It's interesting that we have a full moon in Virgo on the 7th. And for you, that literally could represent a change in interests or passion, some sort of creative idea or creative spark. And there's this call to be of service. There's a call to be of service. I'm almost getting something like about being a healer, doing something medical, but also like traveling to do this, like providing medical aid or something to people. Maybe that's something that's interesting, or providing service to people. Not to necessarily promote like the industry of voluntourism, which is like basically when rich people are like, I went to Africa and I built a well for these people, and wow, look at me, look at this cool resume building. But like, there's something genuine here for you, Taurus, where it's like there's this need to be of service and this opportunity, and there really actually could be an opportunity like that. I know I kind of just bashed it, but like there's something about you wanting to be of service, or like going somewhere, traveling somewhere. Just going to throw this out there. Workaway is a great website to travel and to do volunteer work if you are interested in something like that. But yeah, I feel like there's something you need to be giving your energy to right now. You are definitely in an energy of giving and putting your energy into something. And I feel like, yeah, there's something about like healing or working with plants. And like maybe that's part of that travel. Maybe it's spending more time in nature. I kind of saw you going on a foray just now, like going into the woods, doing like plant identification. Some of you also have an interest in that as well. Some of you are green witches. I feel like I need to tell you that. You are green witches. South Node, don't let your past hold you back. And this is all new for you. This is all like new terrain for you. But it's really, really exciting. And like, I literally was hearing like, we're not in Kansas anymore. Like, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. And then I pulled this South Node, don't let the past hold you back. And it felt like you are going somewhere, you're doing things that are like places and things you never would have expected yourself to be in. Wow. Okay. Any other messages here? I feel like I need one more tarot card, actually. Four of Wands, celebration. Interesting looking at this kind of hearth. And again, I'm getting like very clear visuals. I had like you kind of walking through a forest or walking in nature, and then like coming home and it feels like this cabin. And there's other people with you. This is a really specific thing. Please comment down below if you know what the hell I'm talking about, because this feels like this is for very specific people. But like I'm seeing like the tea, I'm seeing the pot. I'm also seeing like herbs hanging over the stove, like drying herbs. It's like very rustic living. But it actually feels very homey. You've never felt more at home here, which is interesting. And like it's almost like you're connecting with people who don't just talk the talk, they actually walk the walk, quite literally. Very, very interesting energy. Please let me know in the comment section down below what it is you're doing. I feel like you're connecting to nature more. I feel like there's something kind of off the beaten path, or maybe like you are doing something more mainstream, but you want to have like a holistic bent on it. You're coming home to something, I think. But yeah, there's the celebration. There is a celebration. I'm getting like some of you are planning a really fun birthday party. Hummingbird. Love this. Very light. Traveling light is often how I think of this energy. You don't need as much as you think. And also finding the sources of sweetness to maintain your light and vibrant spirit. Doing things that excite you, taking classes, going out in nature, doing spiritual work, whatever it is that lights you up is very, very important to you. I feel like you are going to be seeing hummingbirds a lot this year, and it's kind of like an animal where you are really needing to lighten your load and to have more faith and to enjoy life more. And traveling light. And it's almost like part of this simple living metaphor or image I'm getting. It's like you don't need as much as you think. You realize you don't need the things you think you do in order to be happy. You're realizing what real happiness looks like, and that's actually very, very surprising to you. Ooh, Nightingale, and at the bottom of the deck, sorry, we have the Black Egg. So a lot of you could also be doing something with singing or writing or poetry. There could be something with speaking too. I do feel like there's kind of a creative thing here, though. Maybe some of you are even like vlogging about travel or your experiences. But you're just singing from your heart. Oh my God, I love this. I love this reading for you, Taurus. You are just singing with joy. You are so happy. You are so, so happy. And your words are so powerful. Honestly, I feel like I should just end it here. You know, this feels like a great note to stop on. I hope this was helpful. Again, please let me know if this was your reading. I'd love to hear about it. This sounds very interesting and exciting, and I'm sending all of my energy and love your way. I have links in I have all my links in the description box down below if you're looking for a reading or distance Reiki session. I have the sale on my website through March, so if you want to book with me, I would actually do that sooner rather than later. I am taking a couple weeks off to do a 10-day meditation retreat, so wish me luck. Um, but yeah, you can book whenever, but if you want to see me sooner rather than later, I would definitely advise you to hop on that. And I will see you all next time. Take care, Taurus. Have a blessed March.